So, the first thing you'll notice about this video is that there's going to be a lot of background noise. We're in the industrial horology room, which is where we house our collection of electric clocks, and all of them are kept running, and they do really make a racket, so apologies if you have any trouble hearing what I'm saying. The clock I'm going to talk to you about now is this Alexander Bane Electric Telegraph Company clock, and it is the oldest electric clock that we have in the collection. Alexander Bane was born in 1810 and died in 1887, and he patented this particular clock in 1843. You'll see here that this clock doesn't have a traditional pendulum and weight system within it, and it also doesn't have what we would associate with a normal synchronome clock either. What it has is an electric magnetic pendulum which swings across this bar here. Alexander Bane wasn't only famous for inventing this type of clock. His most notable achievements include the electric clock, the chemical telegraph, which was the forerunner to the modern fax machine, and even contained some of the principles needed for television. He was way ahead of his time in so many ways. Other inventions include insulation for electric cable, an earth battery, which this demonstrates here, inkstands and holders, believe it or not, and an electric fire alarm. I mean, really, there was no end to this man's talents in the realms of electric engineering. He'd been born in 1810 in Caithness in Scotland, and his father was a crofter. He was one of 12 brothers and sisters. He was apprenticed as a clockmaker in Wick, but he went to listen to a lecture given on electricity and magnetism and how the two could potentially be used together in the future. So enthused by this was Bane that he moved first to Edinburgh and then from Edinburgh on to London so that he could be amongst like-minded people and satisfy his thirst for creating inventions that used both electricity and magnetism. Now, this clock here is the forerunner to another clock in our collection, which we'll be talking about in another video. But as I've said, this is not only the oldest electric working clock in our collection, it's also one of only 3 Alexander Bane clocks known to exist in which they are still stamped A. Bane, Inventor, Electric Telegraph Company. On the 8th of January 2016, some 40 years or so after his death, Alexander Bane was awarded a US television industry Emmy for engineering and technology within the industry. This was for inventing the concept of scanning an image for transmission, which is one of the founding principles of modern television. He was an incredible man, way above his years in many ways, and we are still celebrating his inventions in our day-to-day lives now. So this clock is really a special piece to us at the Museum of Timekeeping because it's the very beginning of so much of what we use in our everyday life now.